Justice for all. Please be seated. Before I go to the agenda, I want to make a couple statements. One is really the reason why Councilman Beal is not able to be here, tonight is that he's attending a funeral service for Bobby Van Tassel, who passed away unexpectedly a few days ago. And Bob Van Tassel served in the Chelsea Fire Company for many years, rising up through the ranks of the company, going to assistant chief and chief and commissioner over the career. But also why today, the date is significant. He passed away on the 20th. I want to continue to acknowledge our deepest sympathies, Angela, for the passing of Vinnie, which occurred on the 20th as well.
Thank you.
A couple
Thank you
years
very
ago.
much.
So this date is
Thank you.
an important date, for all of us for many reasons. But I want to share again our
Thank you.
sympathy to you. And also on a brighter note today is Diwali, Diwali holiday festival, a celebration of lights, which is when they look at taking the journey, and they being not just the Hindu religion, but also many other Asian religions, they all acknowledge and celebrate this basically journey from darkness into light, which I think we're all been going through and will continue to traverse. So it's an important festival of looking forward to brightness, to happiness. And in fact, we were visited today, as was New Hackensack Fire Company and some others, by the Hindustan, the Hindu Samaj, as they call it, over on All Angels Hill Road. So I again want to recognize and reach out and to share our happiness with the various faiths, particularly the Hindustan religion that recognizes it. So thank you. So now if we move to adopt the agenda, we're just going to move one item after the public hearing. We have a gentleman here to talk about HR services. So he travels a distance, so we want to give him first before we right after public hearing, but before the rest of the agenda, so you can get out of here and get back at a decent time, and we'll all be envious of you returning home at a decent time.
Oh, no, this will be a fast meeting.
Yeah.
This will be
I
quick.
hope so. So anyway, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda, subject to just moving musical chairs?
I make a motion to
I'll
adopt
second
it.
it.
Okay, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passes. The next item is motion to acknowledge the minutes of October the 11th, 2022.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passes. So now we'll move into the budget public hearing. We are required by law to hold a couple hearings. And, Jim, before we have the motion to open the first one, why don't you just summarize what is being discussed tonight? And there are still some things that are yet to be done going out in the future.
So what's on the agenda this evening is, the first public hearing is the benefit assessment rolls for the special improvement districts and the special improvement areas for 2023, to hear any objections from the public. Also, a public hearing regarding the O&M charges, operation and maintenance charges for the same water and sewer districts, other special districts. Those are required by New York State town law, and they become part of the budget. So there's public hearings on that, and then should there be no objections with respect to the benefit assessment roll, the town board can close the public hearing and make those, adopt those benefit assessment rolls as final for the special districts. And then with respect to the O&M charges, the board can adopt the O&M charges, or have a discussion in the budget process regarding what rates would be appropriate.
Thank you, Council. So do I have a motion to open the public hearing for, resolution setting public hearing on proposed benefit assessment rolls for special improvement districts and special improvement areas for fiscal year 2023, and to hear any objections thereto? These are the benefit assessment rolls.
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Second.
second it.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed. Christian, do you want to just briefly describe or educate everyone on the benefit assessment rolls?
So this is a yearly process. We have a prescribed methodology for assigning benefit units. So every year I go through every property that's in the districts. I assign the correct number of benefit units to each one. I then hand that over to Joe in a big binder, and we put it out there for people to make a complaint against. This usually covers the capital cost portion of the expenses of the districts. So operation and maintenance is usually covered by the fees, but any outstanding debt to the districts is covered with your tax bill, and this is how we determine how we divvy that up. So most people, we do it in hundreds. So to get one benefit unit, you get 100. Most people end up with just 100 benefit units per water district, sewer district, or whatever district that they're in. So, and this
Those
year,
are determined each year or redetermined each year?
Well, really,
For-
most
again,
people-
for the public to,
most single-family properties get one benefit unit, and it stays that way forever,
Right,
basically.
okay.
So that doesn't change. Some of the people the commercial properties change a
Mm-hmm.
little bit based on the formula that we have. They pay their benefit units as a percentage of their total value of the district.
Right.
So I have to adjust that each year based on the values. So, but to mine, we'd have no challenges this year.
okay,
So I've received none. I don't know about Joe or anybody else, but
no.
normally we hear about something by now, but it's a pretty straightforward process, and I think in the 15 years I've been doing it, we've had like 2 or 3. So
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Thank you.
We must be doing
Okay.
something right.
Thank you.
So, no
Christian.
problem.
Yeah. Does anybody have any comments with respect to the benefit assessments portion? If you do, please come on up. No?
Seeing none, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, motion second, all in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. Jim, wait till later on for the resolution, or we
it's
could do
on-
it now, right?
Right, it's on the agenda here, it's
Yeah.
2022-154.
Right. So do I have a motion on the resolution 2022-154?
I'll move it.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passes. Thank you. Next, motion to close public hearing, I guess.
I make a
is in order.
motion to close the public.
We
Did I
closed
get
it.
it?
Yeah, we
Okay.
closed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one is resolution 2022-154. Do I have a motion to open the public?
Actually, this is for the one after
Yeah, this
154.
is-
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
for 155.
155, yep.
Right.
I'll make a
For
motion to open
155.
public hearing.
Okay, motion, second?
Second.
Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. So this is with respect to the O&M charges and fees, rates. Mike, do you want to just summarize? You already talked about the O&M charges previously in your proposed budget.
Yeah, so our budget, as for all the towns, water and sewer districts, the budgets are created based on costs to operate each water and sewer district. They include electric, chemicals, staffing, repairs, trying to update some of the old infrastructure. Doesn't include capital repairs, just operation and maintenance items.
Okay,
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much. Do we have any comments from the public? If so, please come up to the podium, identify yourself and your residence, and please state your question or comment to the board.
I make a motion to close public
Okay.
hearing.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. Next item then is Resolution 2022-155. This is a resolution adopting the capital budgets, O&M charges, and water sewer rates and rents for special districts and special improvement areas for fiscal year 2023.
Now, just a quick question. This is just basically adopting Mike's budget, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, it would also set the rates for water and sewer as well.
So is there any room for adjustments in case we need to make some tweaks to some of these?
You don't have to adopt it at this point in time. You can, table the resolution and, adopt it at a later date. With respect to, you can bifurcate it. You can adopt the budget, but you can table the whole resolution, you can adopt the budgets, but leave the O&M rates in abeyance and adopt them at a different time,
So I think that's
I think
the
that's
route
the
we want to
wisest
go.
thing.
So we want to adopt the overall budget, but take a look at the rates, and not approve the rates tonight.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I think maybe then you probably just want to table the whole resolution.
I'll defer to Dick, what do you think?
Well, I think we should go ahead. We haven't had any comments, public hearing, so.
I don't believe you have. You have estimated.
Yeah, there's estimates,
easy.
and I think in the past years, the rates don't get finalized until the end of the quarter this year. So then we look at it at that point in time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, because we don't have the rates.
it's just a
So,
estimate.
yeah, we don't have the rates, so.
I mean,
I know-
But like you
Usually
said,
the way the rates are determined typically is you take the budget, divide by the benefit assessment units, and that's how, or I'm sorry, well, you wouldn't, rates are different, rates are based on usage, so. So, yeah, you could,
Because we've always, and Leanne, correct me if I'm wrong, but we still have a quarter to go, and then we look at it, we've had an exceptional year, which included drought, or drought conditions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I think we can look at the finalization of that after the end results. We have had, a few residents come in that have discussed this with us, so, we can, consider that, going forward. So I'd say, we have estimated rates, that are based off of, as Jim said, the, benefit assessments and the cost, right?
So the total budget number won't change. It'll just be the rates underneath the covers that could potentially move a little bit.
so, right, so with respect to the budget itself, and again, the budget is an estimate for next year. So, right now in this, everything is, everything's up in the air. You can only make your best guess. Any budget is a guess. Budgets, necessarily, have the ability to be changed by resolution.
I don't want
of
to
the
change the
board.
bottom line budget. I just wonder if we can move some things around a little bit, because we want to take a little more closely at the rates. Again, they're estimates right now.
Typically, other years, if I can speak, I don't know if I'm allowed.
Sure, absolutely.
You adopt the budget and then you adjust the rates when you get,
Okay.
when you get everything in. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's what,
That's
we
what
would be
we want to
doing,
do then.
so.
Okay.
So I think
So-
subject to adjustment.
So, and another issue is, the budget is adopted during the budget process by November 20th. Rates can be changed anytime during the year. So,
Okay.
the budget gets adopted once in a year, and obviously, you can make changes to the budget as, circumstances dictate, but the budget is adopted once. With respect to O&M, the O&M rates, they can be changed at any time. You just need to have a resolution set on a public hearing. So,
Okay. All right, with that, I'll
So
move.
let's have a resolution.
Yeah, so with that, I'll move to approve Resolution 155.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. So now, I'd like to have a motion to open the public portion of the meeting to discuss the items 5 and 7. Do I have a motion?
Do we
6
wanna-
and 7, I mean.
Do we want to do the
Don't we have
HR
a-
person
Oh, yeah, I'm
first?
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, can we
Yeah,
go in,
so-
can we go in the conference room?
Yes,
Can I just say one thing before?
yes.
No, we need
Yes.
to talk it here.
You guys are gonna get an email from me,
that's-
and I
Yeah,
apologize for
it's
throwing
only
this in.
like a
We have a
15-minute meeting.
pretty, not a real serious water main break on Quarry Drive, but on Thursday, everybody will get an email that we're gonna have to shut the water off to what used to be the Atlas Water District, so we can make the repairs. And then you'll get the specifics in the email, Tom and Kim in my office.
We'll get up on the town website then, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
good, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
So you want to go in executive session?
Yeah, just, we're gonna move
Already
that
did it.
we
You
go
wanna
in
do it right-
executive
We can do
session.
it.
Yeah,
Do it
we
here.
could do it here.
No,
No?
no. I wanna do an executive session.
Okay, then make a
I
motion.
make a motion, we do an executive session for 15 minutes to discuss potential consultant.
Okay.
Okay,
Second.
second.
Thank you.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any
Thank you.
nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed. 15 minutes, huh? Yeah.